Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind. That is your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we are going to be going over the latest episode of The Oval Season 2, episode number 18, called Misunderstood. Alright, so the episode starts off where we left off and we see Richard getting out of the truck. Then Dale comes out. Well, they come crawling out, right? So Richard says, hurry up and get Sharon out because the truck is on fire. So they pull Sharon out, who is unconscious, and they carry her away from the truck, which then blows up. So Dale, who keeps complaining of a headache, calls 911 and tells them where they are. Next, Victoria goes into Alan's office and tells him to come with her. So they go out and greet Hunter and Ellie as they pull up to the White House. And since the press is outside, Hunter and Victoria have to put on their fake love for each other, right? But Ellie was standing there, not smiling or at least trying to pretend that she wasn't caught in the middle of something, okay? So Victoria walks up to her and says, "Thanks for going with him." Then she gives Ellie a hug and says, "Smile, you dumb bee." And I'm sorry, guys, but I agree with Victoria, because if you want to screw the president, you need to know how to appear in public. But by now, maybe Ellie doesn't want anything to do with the president, right? But still, if you work in the White House and you find yourself in the press, you got to put on a show. Anyway, Victoria tells Hunter, Alan, and Ellie that they should finish their conversation in the Oval. So once they get there, we see that she obviously didn't know that Hunter knew that Ellie was Alan's girl. So Victoria starts saying stuff like, "Hunter, look at his face. He's in agony. Don't you care?" And of course, Hunter had to be obnoxious and say, "Look at Ellie's boobs." He also tells Victoria that he doesn't care about Alan because he's an abuser. But he also says that Ellie is a manipulative minx. So it was a lot more said, guys, but bottom line is, as Ellie and Alan leave the Oval, Victoria follows behind him and tells him to handle his business when it comes to Ellie. So just as she was telling Alan to choke Ellie out, Dawn is right there to let her know that her father is on the phone and wants to talk to her and Hunter. And how quickly her demeanor changed, guys, okay? She went from this tough-talking boss to a scared little girl. Anyway, so she goes into the Oval and they have her father on speakerphone and we finally get to see who her father is, okay? But it won't be for long, guys, okay? Because he tells Victoria and Hunter that he's dying and there are some things that they need to know, so they need to go see him tomorrow at 4. And I like how he shut Hunter down when Hunter tried to give him an excuse of why he can't make it tomorrow. Victoria's dad was like, "You don't have anything to do, okay? You've done nothing since you got into that office, so sell that crap to somebody else and just be here tomorrow." So my thing is here, guys, what's gonna happen when he dies, okay? Is there a transfer of power? And that is something that I'm very interested in finding out. Next, Alan goes into Ellie's office to ask why she's doing this to him. He tells Ellie that he loves her, but Ellie tells him to stop loving her and even threatens to change the locks on their apartment. Ellie also tells Alan that she could ruin his whole career right now if she screams, because he was kind of like grabbing her arm and stuff. So I'm not sure how this whole thing with Alan and Ellie is going to turn out, guys, but the way she treats Alan, I could see him trying to kill her. Next, Kyle calls Don and tells him that Sam signed into the secured network, right? And he's trying to decrypt the 911 call. So Don tells him to handle it, but he wants no more bloodshed because it's getting out of hand. Next, Alonzo tells Sam that Kyle has been acting really suspicious about the 911 tape and he feels like something is up. Alonzo then tells Sam that him and Priscilla think that they're trying to cover up what really happened to Jean. So Sam says, "What do you think really happened?" And Alonzo says, "I think she was killed here by someone." So Sam tells Alonzo not to share this information with anyone else, then tells him to go home. So Kyle comes in and tells Alonzo not to go home because he wanted to know if he picked up the tapes from the police station. Alonzo says he didn't because Kyle said that he would. So then Kyle says, "That's right. And when I went to get the tapes, I was told that they were picked up by an Agent Smith." So now Kyle is looking at Sam for answers because Kyle talked to Agent Smith and he doesn't have them, right? So Sam tells Alonzo to go home. Then he tells Kyle that he has the tape because he wants to know what really happened to Jean. He says to Kyle, "How come you know and I don't know?" So of course Kyle denies knowing anything, but tells Sam that he really should leave this whole thing alone because it's way bigger than him. But Sam tells Kyle that he will never let it go because the young lady was killed by the hands of a corrupt system. So Kyle says no, by the hands of her boyfriend. But Sam says, no, I don't believe that because she never left the White House. But Kyle tells Sam that there's footage of her leaving that day. And Sam says, no, it was a fake, and it was actually a tape from a different day. So I really hated that Sam was telling Kyle all of these things, right, guys? Because now that puts him in danger. Anyway, Sam tells Kyle that he's suspended for 2 weeks since he's not telling him what he knows. And Kyle tells Sam that he's a brave man before he leaves because suspending him is not a good idea, according to Kyle, of course. Next, Lily asks Don why he can't just be honest about being a gay man. So he tells her that it's not easy stepping on that world stage and being an outsider, right? Then he asks Lily why she decided to stay in the situation. And she says that she wants to get what she deserved after all of Don's conning and pretending to love her. So Don says, I never pretended to love you. Believe it or not, I love you with everything that I have. But Lily was not trying to hear this, okay? And she tells Don that he doesn't love himself, so how the heck could he love her? She also tells him that if he did love himself, he would be who he is and do what he wanted to do. So he was like, look around, aren't I? Anyway, so the conversation goes left, guys, and Don lets Lily know that he hired Bobby to have sex with her, and it was supposed to be taped so that Don could use it as leverage against Lily in case she ever wanted a divorce. But this ain't news, guys, okay? We knew this already. Only part that I didn't know was that Donald was behind it too, because I thought it was just Kyle, you know? Next, after all my complaints about not meeting these powerful people, this week we get 2 in 1 episode, guys. First, it was Victoria's father, and now it's General Martin, okay? He has made an appearance, and he sits and talks with Priscilla. So I thought she was just going to talk about Sam, but she dropped a whole load on the guy. She told him that she thinks Jean was killed in the White House, and they're trying to cover it up. Then she tells him about the envelope that Diane gave her, in which Diane told Priscilla to give it to Sam. But as we could see, Priscilla gives the envelope to General Martin. And guys, I don't think that this was a good move at all. When dealing with the White House and Secret Service, you really don't know who the good guys are, right? Because everything is about protecting the image of the president. So I'm not getting a good feeling about this, and I think this was a stupid decision on Priscilla's part. Anyway, General Martin tells Priscilla that he's going to make some phone calls. He also tells her not to tell Sam about the information she just told him. She tells General Martin to be careful, and he says, I could tell you the same thing. But anyway, she tells the general that she wants to quit the White House and she wants a divorce because, you know, she also told him about Sam sleeping with the first lady, okay? But General Martin tells her that he might need her on the inside, so make sure you have all the answers before you make any decisions. So I'm just hoping, guys, that General Martin is a good person, all right? That's all I could say at this point. Next, we get to Bobby, Max, and Blakely, and we find out that the word of Priscilla telling General Martin all that information has already reached them because Blakely has connections to a former CIA agent by the name of Ben Davenport. And at this point, Bobby wants to know if Ben Davenport can be trusted. Anyway, after Blakely and Bobby go at it for a bit, Blakely tells Bobby that he doesn't check out and that there are 3 years of his life that she can't account for. So Bobby tells her that he was in Moscow under an alias. He tells her to check it out and get back to him in the morning. So now we find out that Bobby wasn't only a military man, but in the CIA as well. So the only weird thing about this scene, guys, was that Blakely kind of made it seem like Ben Davenport had a conversation with Priscilla instead of General Martin. So it did get a little confusing at that point, right? But regardless, we see that the word has traveled fast. Next, Nancy gets to the hospital to see about Sharon and to fill out some paperwork on her behalf. And Dale tells her pretty much everything, even after Richard told him not to. So Nancy tries to call Richard, but of course he didn't answer, so she left a message. Then Kareem comes in, and when he sees Nancy, he recognizes that she's Barry's mother, so he gets a whole attitude, okay, talking about some, what are you doing here? We don't need your help. We're good. So Nancy was like, who do you think you're talking to? I'm not going anywhere. You know, she had to shut him down real quick, and I was definitely here for it, okay? Next, a few hours or much time must have passed by, okay? Because Nancy pulls up to her house, and when she gets inside, she finds Barry laid out on the dining room table, covered in, I don't know what, some kind of face paint and flower petals. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's how the episode ended. So this episode was all right. You know, I feel like it pushed things forward. I'm glad that they started talking about Jean again. I'm glad that Priscilla finally gave somebody that envelope, but is it the right somebody, you know? But even if it's not, it's helping the story to progress more, and you know, that's what I'm here for. I just need them to move it along, like not be stuck in one place, and also not add too many people. You know what I mean? Don't bring in too many characters, because I kind of feel like that might lose a lot of the storylines that they started out with, you know? But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.